Snoop refuses to apologize for DJing at the crypto ball for Donald Trump.
Opinions on when you did the crypto ball. Does that bother you?
No, I call it 30 for 30. And let me explain that to you. I DJ'd at the crypto ball for what, 30 minutes. Made a whole bunch of money, made a lot of relationships to help out the inner city and the community and teach financial literacy and crypto in a space that it don't exist. That's 30 minutes. 30 years, Snoop Dogg been doing great things for the community, building, showing up, standing up for the people, making it happen, being all I can be. So which one is it? 30 for 30. 30 minutes or 30 years? Oh, is it a crime?
Nope.
I hated that, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hated how they came at you.
And I love how my people defended me, but I didn't give y'all no ammunition. Meaning that I never said nothing. So it was kind of becoming like, damn, man, y'all keep riding on Dog and I ain't finna have that. Y'all can't, but damn, he ain't said nothing. So it's like, I can't fight for another man that ain't gonna fight for himself. So tomorrow, is it a crime? I'm fighting.
And then they kept taking the video saying, well, he said this about Trump back then, but then he DJ. But it's not, you didn't endorse nobody, you just you DJ'd a party.
But those are bots. And then there's entertainers who was getting behind it and trying to make something out of it, which to me is like, most of those guys, they live off of the internet and live off of that energy. The things that I do, even if I would have done it for him and hung out with him and took a picture with him, can't none of you motherfuckers tell me what I can and can't do. But I'm not a politician. I don't represent the Republican Party. I don't represent the Democratic Party. I represent the motherfucking gangster party. Period, point blank. And G shit, we don't explain shit. So that's why I didn't explain. That's why I didn't go into detail when motherfuckers was trying to counsel me and say he a sellout. Even on my Instagram page, like after that, I would post shit and I see motherfuckers like, oh, he a sellout. You know what I would do? Jump right in they motherfucking DM with a video. You bitch ass nigga, what's happening, nigga?
Shut your bitch ass
Snoop Dogg, nigga, what you want to do? Oh man, I'm just a fan, man. I didn't really. I'm sorry, man, Snoop. Yeah, nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga. I jump all off in your shit, nigga, and talk to you face to face. Don't hit me on no he a sellout on Instagram or this and that, cause I'm really engaging like that. You know what I'm saying? And my work should speak for me. Like, don't take my personal or my business and try to involve it in my life on who I am as a person. The things that I do in real life should matter to you more. You understand what I'm saying? Not what I do when I'm DJing or making music or doing this and that. What is he like as a real person? When you walk up on Snoop Dogg, what is his energy? What is his aura? What is that you get from me?
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, there was a cryptocurrency ball that was held by a guy who is a friend of Snoop, allegedly. And that friend of Snoop asked Snoop to be the DJ because this cryptocurrency ball would generate so much money that would go towards Snoop's charities such as the Hood and Snoop's own pocket. This was in conjunction with Donald Trump's inauguration, and it was a primarily Donald Trump heavy supporter event, to which most of the people in there were there to support Donald Trump. When most black people, I'm going to say most, right? I know a lot of you have your own opinions of Trump and his inauguration, but when many of us saw this, we were immediately upset because for the simple fact of the matter, we don't support Donald Trump. Just gonna be honest, for the first and foremost. So the people that's new to the channel, yeah, we're not Trump support friendly over here. Just so you know, right? It's not that we just talk about Drake and Kendrick all day and night and just talk about how goofy Drake is. This is not a Trump friendly channel. So with that being said, when people got wind that Snoop had betrayed our trust, right, and went and agreed to DJ this ball, they came out with a little video clip of him up there performing, Drop It Like It's Hot or whatever, and the crowd looking at him like, okay, like it's the most uncool crowd you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, but these guys are used to playing these crowds where they're kind of like awkward and they're stiff and they don't know how to dance and they're just looking at you and they're like shaking slowly, like with their drink in their hand, because they don't listen to this music. They're not rap fans. They just know Snoop. Snoop is an entity. He's a brand. So Snoop getting up there, they might not know none of his music, but some of them are cool a little bit, but for the most part, it's a crowd that's there to support the Trump administration, and they're there to be entertained with these $1,000 plates or whatever they're giving out. And allegedly it was for crypto, some type of crypto, whatever, right? Crypto ball or whatever, right? I don't care. So Snoop went on the Breakfast Club to just do an interview, and it was a very well spoken interview. And the sad thing about it is Snoop is likable. That's why we've liked Snoop for 30 years. That's the problem when we see someone like an unk like Snoop go and do something that we feel is treacherous. And you may say, Charles, why do you find him just going to do a party? He's DJing, he's getting paid, he's being asked to DJ, because it's a crucial time in America. We're facing an administration that's doing everything to wipe us from history. They're allegedly removing things from the African American Museum, which is one of the, I'm just gonna be honest, one of the places that will move you. It will bring you to tears in that place. Like it's so beautiful and it's so educational when you see these original chains that your ancestors had on, and you see all these stories and how these things transpired. It starts from the bottom where it begins at. It doesn't begin as slavery. It begins in Africa, and it goes from there. It tells you all about Africa, and then it tells you, it goes up, no matter how you feel about whatever, all of the history is in there. It goes all the way up to, you go up different levels, and by the time you get to the top level, they get into modern times and how we living now and the progress we've made. But at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing, and we need that. We need that historical data. We need that to be able to show these kids to walk in there. Well, this administration is doing everything it can, regardless of to what they're saying to the contrary, to erase us from these museums, and they're erasing. They're taking off the veterans and the infamous people like Harriet Tubman and Jackie Robinson. People, these historic figures of Black excellence that have done things to better and advance our race. They're trying to remove them and say that they're DEI, right? They've created this narrative that DEI, everything that's DEI is bad. So we got a guy in office who, under the guise of trying to make things equal, he's taking them backwards where that they weren't fair again. Right? And he's trying to erase all the things that we did to try to advance ourselves. He's going to make it like, get up by your bootstraps. It's a whole historical thing that goes on with this bootstrap narrative. All the things that they took that we were using to build ourselves and put us on equal footing. Every time we did something to get on equal footing with these people, sure enough, they're coming with the pitchforks and they're coming with the freaking the torches, and they're coming to tear your shit down and take your shit from you. And make sure that you spend your money in their stores, or you're not going to have nothing. Hang a couple of you from these trees, and that's the problem. So we're not jacking an administration that's trying to return us to that. Because when you peel back all the layers, if you're taking away all these grants, you're taking away all these jobs, you're trying to cause chaos in the community. You're making it where we have to somehow, you're even taking away the benefits, the grants, you're taking away healthcare, you're trying to take away everything. So then we'll be back barefoot, sitting outside, you know what I'm saying? Just outside of shacks with a straw in our mouth, like on some old shit. Like, no, we're not going back to that. So, or we're doing crimes, so then you can lock us all up and use the free labor to do whatever you're doing on that side. Where you got these prisons that are created, they're public, you know what I'm saying? They're private owned prisons that get more money as for having more prisoners. Then you make the prisoners in there do more free labor. Now you're eating twice. So it's a whole lot going on with this. We're trying to bring the deficit down. It's a lot that entails, where you're trying to cut spending and this and that, but you're only cutting spending in the places where it hurts people of color, right? The only people that's really, some of these people are getting caught in the crossfire, like the white women and this and that, but a lot of these things are aimed to make sure we don't have this, don't have that. Guess where we're at? We're trying to steal a loaf of bread. Guess where we at? Now you're in prison. You're a number, and you're breaking rocks, as they say. You're at the train. You're on the chain gang, right? So we see the play. So for Snoop to go up there and do a show with a man that's clearly, right, Project 2025 and all this good shit like that, you got a man that has an agenda. He's way more focused than the first time. The first time was a clusterfuck. They fired like 250 people in the first. You know what I'm saying? Like they had positions that they would fire somebody and wouldn't hire nobody back in that position for 6 months, and it'd be like crazy shit. Now they cut the whole division. Fuck that. The whole division's gone, right? So it's like now it's getting really, really scary for people to just maintain a regular job, not even about race. It's like just to have a job right now is crazy. So you're showing support when you get up there and you DJ a party and you perform, right? Just gonna say it work like a buffoon to me, because a black man getting up there acting like a goofball, like he don't know what's going on, to me is a buffoon. Just going to be honest. We saw in 100 days that this thing could, the whole shit could collapse. The economy was fine until these goofy tariffs and all this other shit. And now you see where it's at. The stock market's crashing. Everything is falling down. But he loves the chaos. But Snoop don't care, because Snoop got paid. So when he went on the Breakfast Club, he went and was like, yo, 30 for 30. They asked somebody, yo, how do you feel about people being upset that you performed at the crypto ball? Yada, yada, yada. He said, well, I look at it like it's 30 for 30. I did that for 30 minutes, but I've been doing community activism for 30 years. So what is it? You want to choose the 30 minutes or the 30 years? Well, Snoop, it's not an either or, right? Your reputation they don't base your reputation on what you did one time versus 1,000 times. That one time could be the worst thing you've ever done, right? I got in a car and I was drinking and I ran into a group of kids and killed 7 kids. Okay, but I was always the greatest teacher. No, they don't care about that. They care about when you ran a car to them kids, right? So end of the day, Snoop, everybody's telling you we're not happy with it. And instead of Snoop being like, okay, I get you guys, gang, no, he's like, well, those were the bots. Those were people that's trying to create a narrative. I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. So now he's very defiant. And he's wondering, right, yo, the people that be in my comments, I went in their DMs and I was like, yo, what you mean? Da, da, da. So now he's barking on people instead of just saying, guys, remember when he came up with the video? Everybody was so mad at him. He came up with the video. He's saying he's playing with some old, what was it, OJs or the Spinners? Here we go. Like he's trying to, like, I'm unbothered. He's smoking. He's just chilling. I know it bothered. I know it hurt him. Because you wouldn't have went these people DMs talking about, yo, what's good? I'll hunt you down. All this stuff. Whatever he's saying to these people, it hurt. It stung. So we know, Snoop, it hurts. You know that we feel betrayed, and we know that you don't want to feel any type of neglect or rejection. We know this. You went on the Breakfast Club. You was mad defiant. I get it. When you get old, you get stubborn, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, people really is hurt by this, and which all people, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people would appreciate I was wrong. I let you guys down. I've been on the right side of this thing for 30 years. I made a mistake. Just like you half apologized for Kendrick, right? You said you called him, like when he said it must have been the edibles. You said you called Kendrick. Y'all talked about, you wouldn't disclose what y'all said, but you said you called him and you explained what it was. It was an accident, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, you knew that you was wrong. Well, you're wrong with this one, right? Unless you're standing on it, unless you feel like Trump is not a bad guy. But the reason we felt like he was with us is because you called him all kind of shit, said he was trash. You said he was a bad guy. So everybody was like, yo, he's on our side, da-da-da. Then you flipped the script when he won the second one, and now you're there getting paid. You're doing gin and juice for a guy that you said was trash 2 years ago. Well, 4 years ago. You was talking about any of you black motherfuckers vote for Donald Trump. You're a coon, da-da, all this stuff. You was upset. And then out of nowhere, you're at the crypto ball. Now you're making excuses talking about, yeah, I got money for the kids to teach kids how to get involved in crypto. We don't know what this crypto shit is over there. We don't know what that could be, a scam. We don't know what that is. But you're making it like, oh, I'm showing kids how to get longevity and wealth through crypto or da-da-da. We ain't see all that. We just saw you on stage. I believe you had a red suit on. We didn't see you all this and that you talking about. All we saw was you get paid and leave. So we don't know what the long-term goals is. Say that. Now you're saying it now, a year later. So, I mean, not a year later, but a mad time later, right? So what I'm saying is we need more from you. We need more from you. If you're still going to be the big Snoop Dogg, you want us to listen to this new album, or what's the name of the album? Is it a crime, right? You want us to listen to that album and still look at you as Unc and this and that third. And some people don't care. They don't have no knowledge of self. They don't have no inner thoughts about things that's bigger than them. They just care about, yo, I get it. He got a bag. That's all that matters. Well, them people don't matter, because when shit really go down, they're going to be the dummies trying to figure out what's going on. Right? So the people that know what's happening, that understands that this is a very treacherous time, we got an administration in there that's doing everything it can to erase our past and our future at the same time. But you stood up there with your red suit on and was dancing, doing some gin and juice and whatever, right? Oh no, big Snoop Dogg. You're celebrating with these people that could care less about what we got going on. That's why we're mad. So the simple fact of the matter is, all people really want is an apology to start. It then show us these good deeds and show us these kids that you're going to teach this crypto knowledge and all this good stuff like that. All this stuff that you're talking about that you're doing for the community. Well, we respect you doing it for the community, but at the same time, you can't play with what we feel is a very serious matter. You're belittling it like I got a bag and I got a little something for the kids. We don't see that and we don't care about that, because all that little stuff is, the bigger message is Snoop Dogg is friends with Donald Trump administration. It ain't that bad. That's how he got in office, by making all these rappers come over there to that side and act like he's okay. As soon as he got in office, he started cutting people's jobs. Right? They're trying to take a lot of things away, gang, and you're aiding and abetting when you make him not seem like such a bad guy. I'm just going to be honest. This looks bad, Snoop, and this is the problem people got with you. If you're going to be clueless about shit, that's one thing. But when people clue you in and you still act defiant, that's another thing. So at some point, Snoop, you're going to have to figure out what side you really on, or is it just the money side, and then we know where to go from there. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Head over to black-yeti.com. They got a lot of stuff over there that you might be interested in. They ship all across the continental U.S. Check them out. Let them know who sent you. All right, every Wednesday night we go live. We will be talking about this. We talk about a lot of stuff, all right? It's called The What Show, THA What Show, on my channel, on another YouTube channel, on 8 different social medias. So check us out, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.